This is Peter Morosky, the nurse, and today I want to say on why I think Thaedus from Invincible will be able to defeat Henry Cavill's Superman. Don't walk away before you click off, or if anyone is even watching this at all. I want to be clear. I'm specifically talking about Superman from Man of Steel and Batman vs Superman from Dawn of Justice, not the black suit Superman. Man, that guy's a monster. Okay, first of all, strength. Look, both of these guys were able to fight multiple opponents of their own race, and both snapped the neck of one, where Superman snapped Zod's neck, and Thaedus snapped a lot of that random Viltrumite. But it's clear that Thaedus was more effective, and I know it's hard to compare Viltrumites and Kryptonians of the DCU. I understand that, but judging from what I've seen, Thaedus would be able to handle those Kryptonians way better and beat the crap out of them way better than Superman did. While Superman was able to crash through multiple buildings in that freaking concrete water tank or whatever he does when he crashed through Zod when Zod was threatening his mother. Yeah, Thaedus was able to tunnel his way through his own planet Viltrum. And granted, he had some help from Space Racer, Omni-Man, and Invincible, right? But that's an incredible strength thing nonetheless. That's who knows how many layers of rock, freaking all that crap that's in there, all right? And Superman was seen pulling a ship across a frozen lake, but Thaedus helped lift a freaking giant Viltrumite ship up into space, and when it was crashing to the ground, he lifted up like this and just threw it up with his friends. And considering that it's very obvious that Thaedus is stronger than Omni-Man, Thaedus will be able to do what Nolan has done even better. Like that time when season 1 where Omni-Man just freaking wiped out the Flaxens and hold that giant rock up with one hand. Thaedus will be able to do that just as even more easy. Omni-Man was able to wipe out that planet in minutes, and same with Thaedus. Thaedus would be able to do the same thing if he went all out, considering he's much stronger than Omni-Man. And that's more impressive than anything that this specific Superman in this point in time has ever done. As for durability, I gotta give it to Thaedus. I mean, this man was able to go through the core of a planet and come out completely fine, while Superman got hit with a nuke and would have died if it wasn't for the sun. Like, if you see him, he gets hit by a nuke while he's punching up Doomsday up into the space, right? And they hit him with a nuke, and he's just floating in space like this, going like you look like a freaking dead corpse. And he only came back to got his stat back after getting the sun rays on him. So clearly, in this point in time, this Superman is not that durable. Look, he is durable. Don't get me wrong. He's durable, but he's nowhere near the durability that Thaedus had when he crashed right through Viltrum. All right, Viltrum, right? So, sorry about that. There was a bit of a thing there, and like I said, Thaedus is stronger than Omni-Man, and Nolan was able to handle of a giant blast from a giant super ray, and all he got was a nosebleed, right? So yeah, durability definitely goes to Thaedus. So Thaedus here. As for abilities, Superman does have more abilities, like his laser vision. Like I said in my Metro Man vs. Thrag video, the Viltrumites don't have the laser vision that these heroes like Metro Man and Superman do, right? They don't have the laser vision or any of that. So Superman does have more abilities, but overall his laser vision wouldn't really do anything to Thaedus. It would hurt him, sure. It would really hurt him. It would probably really irritate, probably pierce his hide or something, but yeah, like I said, Thaedus handled going through a planet and can definitely handle a giant ray, like a giant freaking laser, right? So Clark's vision wouldn't be able to do much to him. While abilities does go to Superman, they wouldn't be much of an issue for the Betrayer. And as for speed is a tough one, because both of these guys can move at like really rapid speeds, like I said. If Thaedus going all out would have crossed the whole planet, that Flaxen planet, right, and destroyed it like Omni-Man did, right? And Superman on the other hand, he was able to go from the sun all the way to Earth in a matter of minutes, right? Or a matter of seconds. So I think this would be a tie, but this is a tough category. This one, the speed's a tough one. I would say it's a tie, but it's splitting hairs here, so I would probably still give it to Thaedus. No, but please let me know if you comment on this video. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Who do you think has greater speed here? Now, and now for the final thing, why Thaedus absolutely wins this fight. Experience. Now this goes without saying. No one can deny this. No matter how much bias you are towards this Superman, you can't deny this. Thaedus is thousands of years old and with thousands of years of combat experience and skills and knowledge. And he's fought against who knows how many enemies in those thousands of years, right? We don't know what he's faced. He's probably faced lots of deadly things that would probably make a Kryptonian like Superman crap himself, right? And as we saw in Invincible season 4, episode 6 and 7, this guy is an absolute beast in battle. Now, as he was able to freaking knock out Craig after Craig goes, "Where's the betrayer?" And Thaedus just comes in, just knocks him right into the wall, and just freaking as soon as Craig gets back up, Thaedus just comes down and goes, just freaking just starts punching him in the face, and then freaking does this later, knocks him in the head, knock him to the ground. Like I said, he snaps the neck of another Viltrumite. Then afterwards he beats the crap out of Luke and Anisha, who previously gave Omni-Man Invincible trouble. So, whew. Oh, and whew. Yeah, sorry about that. Ran out of breath there. And unlike Superman, who hesitates to kill or feels remorse when he does kill, as we saw when he killed Zod, he screamed like he just killed a member of his own kind. Right? Thaedus does not have this. He's a good Viltrumite, like he's one of the better Viltrumite. I mean, he was the first Viltrumite to turn on the Empire, which is a cruelty, right? But if this is a fight to the death, Thaedus wouldn't have much of a problem, considering the man wiped out more than 99% of his own race with a virus that he created from his own DNA, and like I said, he snapped the neck of a Viltrumite with no guilt or remorse. Like I love that bit where he's got that guy in a headlock and just. And speaking of headlocks, I want to say to this, I don't think killing Superman didn't need to kill Zod in that moment. All he had to do was freaking choke him out or leg him up like this. I know people say he had to kill him because he was going to laser people, but anyway, if you know anything about fighting, if you got to sell his neck like that, you've won the fight. So all Superman had to do was just knock him up this or just knock him unconscious. So I want to make that very clear, but. You could argue Thaedus could have done the same thing, but Thaedus was fighting. This is what Thaedus was in. Thaedus was in a war, in a battle in a war. So killing is part of the deal of that. Anyway, back to the point. In a direct conflict, Superman would sorry, I still got to work on my stuttering. I apologize. So in a direct conflict, Superman would catch him off guard for a little bit before the betrayer's greater strength, durability, and experience will get the better of the Man of Steel. We'll get the better Man of Steel, and who knows? Maybe Thaedus could just rip his head off like Thrag did to Thaedus himself, right? Like that was brutal. That was hard to watch. That was really hard to watch, and that's why I believe Thaedus would destroy Henry Cavill's Superman from Man of Steel and Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I want to make that clear. I'm talking about Henry Cavill's Superman in those movies, in those two specific movies, and no, not the Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League. Now Superman from Zack Snyder's Justice League movie is a completely different story. That guy would most definitely wipe the floor with Thaedus. Even his great experience wouldn't do much with this girl. Wouldn't do much with this version of Henry Cavill's Superman. Because considering how much more powerful he is, he's faster, he's more durable, and he's got more abilities. Like in the previous movies, he has laser vision, but we never saw his cold breath. In the this Justice League movie, he was able to do that cold breath, which is a great scene where he comes in and just says, "Not impressed," and he just freaking breaks that axe, which is freaking awesome. Ooh. And then he just starts beating the crap out of Steppenwolf, which is awesome. It was awesome, and not to mention, this Superman was able to separate the mother boxes with Cyborg, something that the god Zeus in the Snyderverse did in the past, and this is a planetary level feat, And Superman was able to keep up with Flash in a fight, someone who can turn back time, for Pete's sakes. If you see that when Flash is about to do a sneak attack on him, this Superman just looks behind him, and he just smiles at him and just freaking beats the crap out of him, and then wipes the floor with the rest of the Justice League members, right? Yeah. So this Superman would defeat Thaddeus, but Thaddeus would beat would beat him. Yeah. Now, yeah, Thaddeus destroys pre-Motherbox Superman. Post-Motherbox Superman destroys Thaddeus. That's how I see it. And I just want to say one thing. I want to end it on that. Just want a bit of an extra thing here. In my opinion, I know some people probably gonna be pissed at me for saying this, but in my opinion, Thaddeus would freaking destroy Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. Would destroy Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, because if you watch those Wonder Woman movies, like her feats aren't that really great, and yeah, as you saw, she gets the crap beat out of her by Superman. Like I know, I just said she gets beat out of the crap by the Superman. I say would destroy Thaddeus, but considering considering what I've seen from Thaddeus, Thaddeus would stand more of a chance against that Superman than what Wonder Woman did, right? Wonder Woman, right? And yeah, and if Thaddeus and Wonder Woman did have a fight, I could it'd be really funny if she goes like this, Thaddeus, no, we don't have to fight. I believe in love. I believe in love. And yeah, let's be clear, Gal Gadot can't act for shit, right? She's a shit actress. She's a gorgeous woman. I wouldn't, if she asked me out on a date, I wouldn't say no. She's a beautiful woman, but her acting is crap. Just want to throw that little jab in there. But overall, Thaddeus would destroy Henry Cavill Superman from Man of Steel and BVS Dawn of Justice. But Zack Snyder's Justice League Superman, Black Suit Superman, would destroy. The tides would turn, and that Superman would destroy Thaddeus. And Thaedus would beat the shit out of Gal Gadot's terrible acting in her Wonder Woman. So this has been Peter Morosky, the Nerdster. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you want to know why Metro Man defeats Thrag, please check out my video on it on my channel. Thank you and have a great day.